Hey everybody, it is late at night and I am Norman. One of my closest friends has a watch that was given to him quite a while ago, and it had a dead battery in it. I let him know that I actually have the tools and can change that for him. He agreed to lend me the watch so that I could buy a battery, put it in there, and do a review of it. So tonight we're going to review this watch. It's actually pretty amazing looking, and it's a Skagen. So let us begin. Alright, so here is the watch, and as you can see it's been well loved. There's a little bit of marks on the crystal and whatnot. This is the Skagen 430 LSX, and it's a pretty great looking watch. Alright, so we'll begin with the clasp. So it kind of looks like it's a butterfly clasp, sort of, but it actually isn't. It opens here. It's pressed metal, very thin, and it secures really well. So we have the 2-button deployment there, and a little bit of branding on there. This watch has definitely been worn, which is cool. It has lived a life. This bracelet is really cool looking. I like how they did the links cut at an angle like that, and then it's integrated here. I believe this bracelet starts out at 20 millimeters because that's how it's listed, but I haven't actually taken the calipers to that. But it's connected right here by this center link, so the actual lug width is pretty narrow. It's a pretty thin bracelet, so it's not terribly heavy, but it feels nice and solid. And interestingly, the lugs are drilled, even though you probably won't ever be taking those off. But yeah, looking at the side of the case, this watch is super thin. I mean, look at that. I like the shape of this case. It's almost flying saucer-ish in a way. It angles sharply in on the bottom there, which makes it look even thinner. I mean, this is only 5.5 millimeters thick. Craziness. And looking at the case back as best we can, because I'm not going to try and take this bracelet apart just to get a better shot of that, but we have Skagen there, we have Denmark, we have the model number of this watch, and then some information around the edge there. The movement that's in this is a Japanese quartz movement. I'm not sure exactly which one. And the entire watch is stainless steel. Looking at the crown, it is very tiny. And this is yet another one of those watches that has this tube that the crown goes through on the back here, just because of the shape of that case there. My Henry London has one of those as well. I think that was the first time I'd ever seen that. Yeah. Alright, so let's see what it's like to operate this crown. Alright, it comes out pretty easily. I have to say that this crown is absolutely miserable to operate because it's so small, and look at how smooth it is. It's polished, so there's zero grip, so you really have to work at setting that time. Fortunately, this is quartz, so you're not going to have to mess with this crown much at all. And push it back in. Looking at the dial, it's great that this is a two-hander. That is awesome. If you're going to make an elegant looking piece like this and put a quartz movement in it, definitely make it a two-hander like this one. I love this dial. I love the mirror around the edge there. As most of you know, I'm a sucker for elements like that. That's why I love the pull router and the Olympus mystery dial too. The brushing on this dial looks amazing. That is so cool. This piece, as you can see, is extremely minimal, and it has kind of an industrial feel to it. It's very Skagen. They definitely have their own design language. I love the super thin pencil hands on here. And the branding that is on here looks great. You just have the brand name up at the top there. And then down here, steel. That's so cool. Yeah, this is a great looking watch. This crystal is mineral, so yeah, I'm not sure there's anything you can really do about scuffs like that. And I'm not sure how difficult it would be to find a place that can replace this crystal. But at least the marks that are on this particular one are pretty subtle. You kind of have to be looking for them. It's so cool that he lent me this watch and agreed to let me review it. And by the way, if you're enjoying this review and want to see more of my videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like icon. I really appreciate it. As for the specifications on this watch, the case size is 35 millimeters. A nice, classy, dressy size there. The case height is 5.5 millimeters. The lug to lug, at least to this edge here, is 38 millimeters. I'm not sure what the lug width is, but the bracelet width is listed as 20 millimeters, where it meets the watch. The crystal is mineral. The movement inside this watch is a Japanese quartz movement, and it has 30 meters of water resistance. Alright, so let me take the space view off, and we'll see what this watch looks like when it's on your wrist. Alright, so this bracelet is really loose on my wrist, so you'll have to kind of ignore that. But this is what the Skagen looks like when you're wearing it. Yes, this thing looks so cool. After my friend had mentioned this watch and brought it down, when I saw it, I was really impressed. It looks so cool. That bracelet just looks great. Look at how thin that is. That is pretty wild. And the brush dial. And what a great case size. Man, that is so cool. 35 millimeters on a contemporary watch. That's pretty impressive. I feel like it looks and wears like a 40 millimeter just because it's so thin. And as you can see, it is all crystal. Can't really say it's all dial with that band around the edge, but it definitely makes this watch wear larger than what it is on paper. So if you like this watch and want to track one down, but are nervous about the size of the case there, it will wear a bit larger, so yeah. If you like 40 millimeter watches, I feel like this would probably be okay for you. Very cool. So there you have it, my good friend's Skagen watch. And you can actually see listings of this watch on sites like Amazon, Joma Shop, but it appears to be out of stock. This is an older watch, so if you do like it, you may have to track one down on eBay or a site similar to that. I'm not sure how much they would go for on eBay, but back when they were available on the gray market, they went for really inexpensive. Somewhere around $50 is what I saw. Perfect. I think brand new they were a bit over 100 back in the day. But there you have it. Thanks for watching.